Are we live? I think we're good. Honestly, don't know what we're even gonna do today. There's really nothing to talk about, so I guess we'll just start going through some tabs. GameStop's down a little bit. You're still trading between 2120 and 2080 though. So, pretty interesting, I guess, trading between the pivot or the two pivots that I know of. Two low volume areas, whatever you want to call them. So I am expecting a larger size move at some point. Which direction, who knows? Which direction is to be determined. You had bank earnings today. Delta. Maybe we can dive into that. Oh yeah, inflation data came out today. What's inflation at? It's flat. Flat. 0.3 month over month. Yeah, inflation's basically just flat. Pretty interesting. Goes to show Powell getting criminally investigated is pretty stupid because inflation isn't going down, so can't really be cutting rates if inflation's just staying flat at almost 3%. Having a boring day over here. Damn, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Glad to see you, though. Hope you're doing good. What's up, Muma? What's up, bro? I'm doing good. I ate red iguana last night, and I ate way too much. So I've been I've been on the toilet most of the morning. I won't lie. I've just been straight shitting. It's been a good time. Probably won't eat red iguana for a while. It's been I always eat too much whenever I eat there. It's just too delicious, and I'd rarely ever eat out like that. Normally I'm over here eating like pasta and chicken, like no joke. That's majority of what I eat is pasta and chicken. So whenever I eat something like that, I usually go pretty hard and then regret it because my body, I mean, I'm not eating like the cleanest chicken and like, the best pasta, but I eat relatively clean. So when I eat something like that, my stomach is like, oh, fuck. ICE got everyone scared and hiding in Minnesota. They don't got the Mexican restaurants right now. Just Taco Bell available. Wait, what? Oh yeah, there's a bunch of riots there. I forgot. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Businesses are shut down because of riots. That's pretty wild to think about. That is pretty wild. I haven't actually looked at like economic I haven't looked at a lot of this stuff in a while, so I want to check out. Bond yields are flat. I still think TLT could be an interesting play. The oil play has been hitting, bro. We should have did a trade on oil. That was a pretty easy trade, it seemed like. Oil's done nothing but go up since I talked about it. And yeah, you should start to see that TLT play out, but we're over here YOLOing all our money on GameStop, so what is that's why I don't like research companies anymore or talk about this stuff, because it's almost pointless. Because it's just like, sure, I could go make some money off these trades, but I want to buy more GameStop. Crypto's trying to retest 94 again. I saw that. That was pretty interesting. Another retest. I thought crypto would sell off after the last attempt to break 94, but it looks like you might actually break it this time. I don't know. You've rejected 94 so many times, but maybe you'll finally get the push to 100K. Maybe. Let's see. Potentially you might see the dollar start going up as well. Maybe. Very debatable. Might stay flat. The dollar, I've never been really good at predicting currency. It's just usually, assets go up in value, dollar loses value. Assets go down in value, dollar gains value. You know, kind of like what we saw at the beginning of last year. You saw the market sell off and the dollar went up quite a bit. And then, you know, when the market finally recovered, you know, you saw what happened. Wait, didn't it? Oh, the dollar crashed with the market. I guess the dollar crashed with the market. See, I don't even remember. That's probably why. You know, that's why I don't try to predict the dollar, because it's kind of hard. Oh no, the market didn't crash until like middle of February, so I guess the dollar was kind of already going down at that point. But I've always had a hard time predicting currency because it's not easy. But yeah, you can see by the time the market hit its peak in 2025, the dollar was already kind of selling off a little bit, and then the market sold off. But I think crypto was up back here. I don't remember, bro. It's hard to remember. When you YOLO all your money in GameStop and you're not tracking all this stuff, it's hard to remember. You know, a few years ago, this is all I would track. Damn, a lot of your main stocks are down today. The banks are down again. Banks are kind of getting hit. But overall, I would say banks are bullish. Overall, I would say stocks are bullish, but decent down day today, it looks like. Maybe we'll have to look at some Cran astrology. We'll have to look at some Cran astrology here in a minute. The market's pretty interesting right now. Oil's hot, especially Venezuela oil. Place looks fire, just Googled it. Yeah, Red Iguana's gas. It's what is my favorite Mexican spot. Mostly just for the chile verde, though. They've got some unique chile verde that I've never had anywhere else. I got a weird scam call yesterday. It's not like the normal one I get. And it wasn't even for me. My cousin drove into the state because I guess he's been living in another state at his grandma's house. I don't know if I've talked about my cousin on here before, but he got his like intestines removed and stuff. It's actually pretty nuts. But he drove into the state yesterday, and me and my little cousin, we both got this call saying that my other cousin was being sued, basically. And it was so weird. It was such a weird scam call. You know, I didn't really think anything of it. But then I went to my little cousin's house last night, and he like started talking about the scam call, and I was like, whoa, I got that same call. That's so weird. It's weird that we all got this same scam call. Or maybe he's actually getting sued, who knows. But it's weird that we all got this same call, like, right as he gets into the state. And pretty much all at the same time as well. It was pretty weird. I didn't answer it because it was during stream. But they left me a voicemail. And it was pretty weird. It was pretty weird. Kind of a weird scam call. But, what's up, Ruben? What's up, Ruben? Hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing good. Hope you guys are all having a good day so far. Yeah, let's look at some, well, let's finish going through this, and then we'll look at some Crayon astrology. GameStop's the overall market's pretty interesting right now. Everything's like, I don't know, man. Pretty interesting. A lot of things hitting new highs all the time, but today's kind of just a slower day. Whoa, the Japan market's up 4%. Holy shit. That's pretty incredible. See, like, on a day like today, you know, it gets people bearish because, you know, your main stocks are down, banks are down quite a bit. Crypto's up, but, you know, if the market was really bearish, Japan wouldn't be up 4%. That's all I'm saying. Japan would not be up 4%. And what is oil? I mean, we'll look at oil here in a little bit on some astrology. Not much to look at as far as economic shit goes. We could go through like commodities and look at all this stuff, but I don't really want to. So sometimes it's interesting to go through all the commodities. What crypto coin is the best? Crypto's trash, so probably none of them. Bitcoin probably. Bitcoin at least has some legitimacy and backing by the government and institutions. You know, you could potentially make a lot on some altcoins, but I think crypto's garbage, so probably I'm the wrong person to ask. I don't like crypto. All right, well, don't promote crypto coins in my chat, buddy. I don't care about your altcoin you're trying to promote here. I don't know why you asked me a question just for you to answer it. That doesn't really make any sense. Crypto's trash. Just because you've made money on crypto doesn't mean it's not trash. You can also make money on slot machines. Let's see. Some insider buyers. I don't want to view an ad. Doesn't look like there's really any insider buying I'd want to look into anyway. I miss having an ad blocker. The good old days. The good old days of having an ad blocker. You haven't seen any like whale purchases on GameStop in a while, but here in the next like couple weeks you should get a bunch from like the institutions. I believe they have to file like quarterly things. I just don't know exactly when they are. You finally got short interest update on GameStop. I think the last short interest was 16.6, so short interest actually went down a little bit, which, I mean, you can kind of see it in the stock price. You're not really pushing, last time the short interest was higher, you had this little move, then you sell off here, and now the short interest is down a little bit, so, like, you haven't really visited the lows you saw last time here, so I guess it kind of makes sense, but I don't know. I don't know how much a 0.4 decrease in short interest really matters. I really don't know how much that matters, but you're still, in between this longer term, or this more medium term / longer term buy trend and this super long term sell trend on GameStop. You're still sitting in between those. And once those, get extremely tight, you're going to see a massive move on GameStop. I don't know whether it's going to be down, I don't know whether it's going to be up, but there is a massive move coming as far as, the Cran astrology shows. So something's going to happen. Something's going to happen. I don't know when, how it's going to look, but something's going to happen. But, yeah. Holding 21, that's pretty good. Still trading between the pivots. What are my thoughts on Netflix? I think Netflix is interesting, but I haven't really looked into it in a long time. I don't really look at those companies, top 10, 20 stocks. I really don't look at them that often. I'm more interested in value investments if I'm going to look at anything, but I pretty much all in GameStop, so that's usually my main focus, I'll look at some of the larger things, Bitcoin, S&P. I'll glance at some of those things, but I don't follow them enough or track them enough to really have an opinion. But Netflix is one of the top 10 companies in the world, so to say it's bad or anything, that's kind of dumb. But I don't know. Haven't looked at it in a while. Although the Netflix house looks cool. I don't know if you've seen that. The Netflix house looks really cool. I guess there's going to be a Warren Buffett interview tonight, supposedly. Never before seen interview. Warren Buffett, A Life and Legacy. Special airing Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So unfortunately, we're not going to be able to stream it, but maybe we'll watch it tomorrow if I don't end up watching it. Any Warren Buffett interview is a good interview, so I'm actually pretty excited for that. I'm actually pretty excited for that. AI. Freaking AI. But yeah, Netflix. I could take a glance at Netflix real quick. It's been a while. What is Netflix at? Still over 1,000? Oh yeah, they did a stock split, huh? I forgot about that. I forgot Netflix did a stock split. Oh wow, the stock's actually been down since they did that. I've never actually researched Netflix. I'm sure I have actually, but I don't remember ever looking at Netflix's balance sheet. Why are people coming in here and promoting crypto coins today? Doesn't really make sense. Are you guys after all this time, are you that excited that you've gotten some gain on crypto? Like you guys are finally piling into random live streams to promote crypto coins after all this time. You finally seen some money. Congratulations, but you're in the wrong place. We like real investments here with companies that make money. We don't like shitty crypto coins that have no value. You're in the wrong place. Damn, Netflix makes a lot of money. But it doesn't... Their balance sheet's kind of weird. It seems kind of overvalued in a way. Like, they only have, 54, 55 billion. Well, 25 billion in stockholder equity isn't bad. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy, man. It's crazy that stockholder equity on Netflix is like 26 billion, but it's trading at almost 400 billion market cap. And then when you look at GameStop, they're sitting at like 5.3 billion market or stockholder equity, trading at less than 10 billion. Like, it's pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting. It just goes back to, why I don't research other companies, because anytime I look at a balance sheet of any other company, it always just like GameStop's the most interesting company fundamentally, in my opinion. There's some interesting companies that I've found, obviously. I think, Under Armour. What's that at? We haven't looked at that in a while. Still flat, 5.5, but still doing well. I still think Under Armour is pretty interesting. I would never buy it, obviously, but it's still pretty interesting. But yeah, Netflix, I don't know. They haven't updated the store closures at all, so I guess 470 for January is potentially what they closed. Maybe you'll see more in February, but 470 stores in January, pretty solid. Pretty solid. They want to unload them bags? Maybe. What are Pokemon cards like the rare Charizard? Well, Pokemon cards have value because there's a limited amount of them in the world, and they can't be, and there's actual legitimate art to the card. There's, especially when you grade the card, there's different, quality of the card that's being printed. There's a lot of factors in Pokemon that make it way more interesting than some stupid crypto coin. Microsoft says communities won't see energy price hikes near data centers as utility costs rise. That's a lie. Nike signs Analia Waters in first pickleball deal. That's pretty cool. Global central bankers unite in defense of Powell. That's good. Rosh, what's up, Rosh? Hope you're doing good, Rosh. Been a while. Been a while. I always see your posts on Twitter. Twitter. All right, nothing there. Nothing there. Top secret GTA 6 info leaked in Rockstar court documents. What is that? Rockstar Games been under fire. Fired 32 employees for union busting. Developers were terminated for leaking info. Situation reached court on January 12th. Multiple outlets were granted access to the court hearing, leading to several allegedly infringing Discord messages entering public record. People Make Games report that Rockstar alleges top secret info tied to an unannounced GTA 6 feature that was shared inside a union-run Discord. During the hearing, Rockstar's legal rep said he was unwilling to read the material aloud in open court, citing its extreme sensitivity, and instead asked the judge to review it privately. Secrecy didn't last. People Make Games later reviewed the filing and published portions of the documents themselves, and we may finally have some real info about GTA 6 online. One message from October, a developer discussed a 32-player session that took place earlier in the day, and how Rockstar didn't want more than 5 people off at once. They mentioned the large session we did today being too difficult to do, but that was 32 players, not sure how that was difficult. Sounds like you have multiple studios of QA testers. Surely someone can manage an organized 32-player session, let people have their time off. Mentions hit that GTA 6's versions of GTA Online could once again allow sessions of at least 32 players. That doesn't necessarily mean the entire open world would support that number, and it could very well end up being more, but it appears 32 will be a minimum. This could also apply to specific mode or activity. 32, huh? 32. It's a lucky number. That's the number of the year. I don't know if you guys remember. 32's the number of the year. Rockstar has yet to officially unveil any info about GTA 6's online mode. That's not all. In another message from February 2025, an employee remarked, "I would both love and hate to know what use of Gen AI legal have approved. There have been plenty of rumors, patents pertaining to Rockstar's use of AI in GTA 6, including procedurally generating building interiors and producing more realistic NPC behavior. Rockstar confirmed that GTA 6 information posted on social media was accurate, and the post lined up with several key dates. Details included over 700 buildings, gameplay info, new ways that weapons will function, story length, and more. GTA 6 is slated to release November 19th, 2026. This has details. Yeah, 700 plus enterable shops, malls, and skyscrapers with functioning elevators, 5-story chapters, 6-star wanted level, weight gain / loss mechanic. That's pretty sick. Relationship system bar for Jason and Lucia. They had that in San Andreas, like not really a relationship system, but the more you would take the girls out on a date, the more they would like you, and then you would unlock like a special outfit, or you'd get their car or something like that. So that's pretty cool. Rectangular minimap with pink waypoints. I don't really want to read the rest of that. I just wanted to see. GPS mishap straight out of The Office strands tourist in the middle of a ski slope. Everyone think about buying more GME. If I had money, I would. If I had money, I would. I legit think I have like $100 in my bank account right now. Like, no lie. I'm fucking broke. I'm more broke now than I've ever been in my life, and it's pretty sad, but it is what it is. Kind of my choice in a lot of ways. 81-year-old grandma's Minecraft YouTube channel pays for grandson's cancer treatment. That's pretty cool. Airline features a noodle library where you make your own ramen. Lego's free Pokemon gift might actually cost you $200. Wait, what's this? Hope it doesn't squeeze until I got more. Yeah, hopefully it sticks around $20 for a while longer, but I'll be curious to see once, what happens once these technical or chart or crayon astrology, whatever you want to call it, technicals, market structure. I'll be curious once the long-term sell target or long-term sell trend line and this longer medium-term buy trend line meet. You're gonna see a move, or maybe not. I don't know. Maybe you'll just break out of either which way and continue the momentum. But it should be sticking around 20 for a little while longer. I guess I got $600 in this account. I could buy more shares. I could. I think I did a sell at 21.70 or something like that. But I don't know if this would even... I don't even know if that matters. It's like a extra share, basically. Yeah. It's like literally one extra share. It's pretty dumb. Maybe two, actually. Let's see. 2 extra shares. Nope, only one. So I'm good. I think I'll just chill for now. Oh yeah, I wanted to look at... I'll look at the more news in a second. I want to look at some charts here for a second. Just bought 105, nice. I'm at negative 1,500. I don't like debt, so I'll never go into debt to buy games. Oh, I mean, I guess technically I'm using debt to buy GameStop if you count a mortgage, but yeah, I would never go into debt to buy GameStop personally. I may be confident in it, but I don't like debt. And I don't know how long it's going to be doing nothing for, so I can't do that. I'll get more shares if it drops or less it goes up, but more shares either way. Fair enough. Fair enough. You hit another high on the Russell today. Another high on the Dow, and you hit another high on the S&P, but it's just kind of a down day. A lot of pretty interesting. Market is pretty interesting right now, and XRT is interesting. Like, what the hell is going on with that? XRT is crazy. There's a lot of things ripping. I forget what XHB is. Where's Robinhood? Robinhood usually has a good description of these things. XHB. Home builders. Yeah, home builders is ripping lately. Same with XL. I think XLE's energy, I believe. Yeah. So that's at all-time highs, I believe, right? Isn't that all-time highs? It's close. You're like right there. IYT, I think IYT's transportation. Yeah, so that's basically at all-time highs as well. Potentially. Yeah. Transportation's crushing. XME, I forget what that is. Oh yeah, metals and mining. Pfft. Yeah, that's fucking absolutely destroying. Wow. It's not often you see a ETF double like that or almost triple. That's not something you see often. That's fucking nuts. XLI industrials, that's at all-time highs too. Just hit. Wow. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. A lot of green in the market. It's crazy, people are really bearish right now, but there's so many sectors hitting new highs. So many sectors. I mean, real estate's not, but you kind of getting some green on real estate lately. But I want to check XRT on an actual chart. And XLP's been ripping. Those are like your kind of more dividend type stocks. You're not at all-time highs on that, but you've had some like the past 4 trading days were solid green days. What else? Yeah, pretty much. I mean, chips hit all-time highs, like the chip sector ETF, SMH, semiconductors, whatever. That's at all-time highs. Crazy. Crazy. But yeah, all those are good to keep track of. Basically all the sectors in the market. There's XLE, IYT, XHB, XLRE, XLI, XLU, XME, XLB, XRT, XLY, SMH, XLK, XLC, XLP, XLV, Jets, which is airlines, and XLF, which is banks. Those are all good to keep track of. Very good, because if you're only focused on like one, or if you're only focused on like one stock in each of those categories, it's not really a good indicator of the market. But if you're looking at the whole sector, that I feel like that's valuable. Just keeping an overall I know there's a word for it, but like I said, if the market was bearish, all this stuff would be selling off. You wouldn't be seeing all-time highs in industrials, and you wouldn't see transportation hitting all-time highs, retail. Like, you wouldn't be seeing all these things going up and hitting all-time highs if the whole market was bearish. It's just people are bearish on tech. But the SMH, the semiconductor sector is at all-time highs, so it's pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting. Just some good, it's hard to have an opinion on the market in general, but just keeping track of all this stuff keeps you from being biased, I would say. And maybe I'm biased by not being bearish, but just in my experience, usually everything sells off together most of the time. Because even if you go back to 2023 or whatever, like, everything sold off. Like, you can go on every chart basically, and everything was selling off in that period For the most part, you know, there was a couple things. Huh? I mean, energy was hitting lows at that point. But for the most part, everything was selling off, or they already had sold off and they were just sitting flat. Usually, you're not seeing a bunch of sectors spiking, hitting all-time highs when the whole market's bearish. Just not usually what happens. But yeah, all right. I want to see XRT, because this is sitting at all-time highs and has been, well, not quite all-time highs, but basically all-time highs. Well, how come on the Yahoo chart it says it hit over 100? That doesn't make any sense, because it doesn't seem like it hit over 100 at any point. So maybe the Yahoo chart's capping, but yeah, hitting all-time highs on retail. And the past couple days have been pretty volatile at all-time highs. Pretty volatile. But if this keeps pushing and keeps hitting new highs, that could definitely benefit GameStop. And, you know, retail in general, obviously. That's what that is a retail. So you'd see that go up, you'd expect maybe GameStop goes up too. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? So that's kind of fun. That's kind of fun. I want to see what a slash BTC. Is that the? Oh wow, Bitcoin futures are ripping right now. You might break out potentially. Getting decent volume. Kind of hitting low volume up at 94 again though. I don't know. I don't know. But decent movement on Bitcoin here. Potentially, you know, you had this breakout last time, that last push to 94, came back, filled the gap, and now you're trying to push again with a filled gap. So you might actually push to 100K this time. Might not just be a bullshit run like last time. We'll see. We'll see. Tough to predict. Tough to predict. I don't think there's anything else I want to look at here. Just we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Crypto's probably the most interesting it's been in a while, though. That's probably why getting crypto bots. Yes, we know how to read. We know how to read, buddy. I think people who clicked on the stream can read the title. I don't know. Do you think people don't know how to read? God. Are you the guy who wrote that article? That was a terrible article. If that's you. You should probably go research and write another one that's not a complete bullshit. Lego's Kanto badge collection already being resold for around $200, despite only being offered as a free gift. Badge sale available exclusively as gift with purchase for buyers of Lego's Venusaur, Charizard, and Blastoise build. Was not made available for purchase separately. Wow. So damn, this is a free thing they got, and they're flipping it for $200, selling for $200. That's fucking nuts. That's pretty crazy. Scalpers unite. I hope they don't shutter anymore. I do. I hope they shut another 200 to 300 next month, if not more. Have like 800 to 1,000 stores shut this year. That'd be pretty sick. That would be pretty sick. That would free up a lot of capital that, you know, they're putting into inventory and shit to supply those stores. that may or may not even be profitable. So hopefully they shut more. Valve made over $1 billion from CS2 last year. Holy. Valve generated more than $1 billion in revenue from Counter-Strike 2 during 2025, based on scraped Steam marketplace data and estimates of in-game purchases. Breakdown comes from YouTuber Zesty Jesus. Oh, that's a cool name. Who said he and collaborator built a tool to collect and aggregate sales data across the Steam community market, which he shared publicly alongside publicly available case opening statistics. The data covers the period between November 24 and November 25 and separates Valve's CS2 revenue into two main streams, the in-game store and the Steam community market. According to the stats, players opened more than 400 million CS2 weapon cases over the year. Holy shit. That's crazy, bro. That's fucking nuts. Since each case requires a $2.50 key purchased directly from Valve, that translates to more than $1 billion in gross key sales alone. While skin creators receive a cut from cases they contribute to, Zesty Jesus estimates Valve retains the majority of that revenue based on historical creator split season other Valve titles. Oh, so this is just revenue. It's not profit, but it's still $1 billion in revenue. Pretty solid. I mean, what if Power Packs end up being something like that, where it's generating $1 billion in revenue every year? That's pretty interesting. Beyond keys, in-game items such as armory passes, major passes, music kits, and sticker capsules are also sold direct to players. However, there's no public data for these sales, and so it is conservatively estimated to account for 100 of millions more in gross revenue. Second major source is the Steam community market. Zesty Jesus claims that scrape data shows more than 754 million CS2 item sales over the last year, totaling roughly $1.22 billion in transaction value. With Valve taking a 15% fee on each sale, that would result in approximately 166 million earned purely from market fees. Here, I gotta delete this guy's messages because he brought no value to my stream, of course. Per usual. When does a random ever... I mean, some of the earning streams are chill, but when does a random ever bring any value to the stream? Like, for real? It's been a while. It's been a while. I guess there was that one dude who donated quite a bit. Like $200 or $300. Shout out to that guy. But other than that, it's very rare you get any real contribution from random people that pop in here. With Valve taking a 15% fee on each sale, that would result in approximately 166 million earned purely from market fees. Combined with analysis estimates, Valve made well over $1.16 billion from Counter-Strike 2 in 2025, with the majority coming from keys and additional income generated passively through marketplace transactions. Creator described the figure as conservative, noting that several revenue streams cannot be measured precisely with public available data. Marketplace is so popular partly due to the ability for players to trade CS2 items on third-party marketplaces, where they can receive real money for sales. Many items are now too expensive to trade on the marketplace, which has a $2,000 cap. The most expensive recorded sale for a CS2 skin was over $1 million. Wow. Paid by a collector for an exceedingly rare and desirable AK-47 skin. $1 million? Holy shit. Major update to the skin economy. Oh yeah, I remember that update. That was crazy. As long as it continues saving money and helping the bottom line. Yes, sir. I'm convinced trolls linger on YouTube lives, mostly it seems, unless it's a news event. Yeah, also, we're in a very speculative stock that everyone hates, so people are just going to come in here and talk shit. I thought about that recently. What happened to like all the real OGs, the people who were in this stream during 2021? I think they all think I'm a psycho. Like straight up. I think there's a lot of people that see this stream and see me investing in GameStop and talking about GameStop, and they think I'm like a legit psycho for it. And it's going to be funny if it ever works out, because all those people are going to come running back because they're all going to YOLO into the stock when it starts going up. It's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting thought. I think we would have a lot more people in here if we didn't mainly invest in GameStop. Like if I did other trades and researched other things, there would potentially be more people here. But since I just YOLO all in GameStop and that's majority of what we talk about, I think people just think I'm legit crazy and don't want to be around it, which is fair. I guess I get it, but they should expand their conscience. If someone like me, who is strictly a day trader, can turn into an investor like this, there's probably something to it. Maybe, just a thought. There's probably something to it. And I can research all these other companies that I find undervalued and still don't want to invest in them. There's got to be something to it, I would think, but maybe not. Maybe, maybe that day will come where we get to prove everyone wrong. Maybe. It's not guaranteed. But sometimes it looks pretty likely. Sometimes it looks pretty likely. What else is there to talk about here? There's really not much. There was a lot of news yesterday, but there's really not much I want to talk about today. Fortnite update enables a paid slot machine mechanic and steal a brain rot. Fortnite players are upset upon finding a paid slot machine and steal the brain rot following additional microtransactions. Nowadays, Fortnite isn't just a battle royale. Also, the game also features numerous modes as well as creative islands built by fans. One example of the latter is Steal a Brain Rot, a creative mode that has seen massive popularity since its launch in 2025. However, following Fortnite's latest update introducing microtransactions to UEFN in early 26, things have taken a turn. Fans are calling the mode out for being predatory and slamming Fortnite for allowing microtransactions in creative in the first place, after Steal a Brain Rot introduced a slot machine style mechanic that lets players gamble in-game. For the update, Creative Island relied on in-game currencies earned purely by playing, with microtransactions now enabled. Players can instead spend real money for V-Bucks to then spend on paid I cannot read right now, holy shit. For V-Bucks to then spend on paid mechanics. According to a report from IGN, Steal a Brain Rot began charging up to 4,900 V-Bucks for a loot box called the Lucky Rot shortly after the update went live. That's roughly equivalent to around $35 USD. Meanwhile, the loot box is said to contain a rare brain rot animal. And that's the slot machine, I guess, it looks like. It says first V-Buck stores and creator-made maps are a thing. Tilted Zone Wars. Oh, I don't... okay, anyway. While the loot box raised eyebrows, most of the backlash is focused on a different feature, and that's none other than the lucky wheel mechanic that many players have compared to a slot machine. Players can spin the wheel for a chance at various rewards, such as Aqua Slap or the secret Lucky Pot, each with its own probability, by spending 100 V-Bucks around $1 per spin. This didn't sit right with a number of players, given that a lot of children tend to play Fortnite. Many have taken their frustration to social media, hoping Epic will do something. Gambling and scamming kids. The shit's got to be illegal. Sad that microtransactions ad revenues are being targeted at children. Some players have also drawn comparisons to Roblox. Worst part is that it's working for the creators and developers. They're making bags of money from kids. Same thing as Roblox. Yep. Pretty interesting. What else is there? Arc Raiders exploit turned it into an FPS, and it's pure nightmare fuel. Yeah, we read all that stuff yesterday. Oh yeah, they're starting up the machines outside. Can you guys hear it? No. That shit's loud, bro. They've been doing construction in my house for like the past like week or two. It's fucking nuts. I literally wake up to just and they're like fucking digging out there. Yesterday it was like shaking my house, legitimately. They were legitimately shaking my house. It was kind of scary. I won't lie, it was kind of scary. Let's see. It's Corey in the house. It's me. It's me. Corey in the house. I'm just not a bald black kid. I'm actually a complete opposite of that. Extremely long hair and not black. I'm like Corey outside of the house or something like that. Corey begging for change at the front door of the house. I don't know. Let's see. Finally have good art of all the Pokemon Legends Zeta A Megas. And you're not going to show it? Oh, it's a slideshow. These aren't the actual cards. Okay, I don't want to look into that. Marvel's desperate to make Avengers Doomsday the biggest event of 26. I saw that on YouTube. They have a live stream going. It says Doomsday Clock or something like that. I thought that was... I mean, it's pretty smart. It's pretty smart marketing. But the movie better be good. If the movie's trash, it's not going to be good for them. Steam's big new zombie game is tense but comes at a bad time. Zombie game? Quarantine Zone: The Last Check. Oh, I think I saw something about this. Music! The hell? That looks weird. Looks kind of cool, though. I want to see some gameplay for this. Real quick. The Last Check. Let's see if there's any more news real quick. GTA Online players keep making Charlie Kirk assassination missions. Yeah, I saw they're like banning anyone who puts Charlie Kirk in the title of a mission. Or they're just completely removing the games. Pretty wild. Pretty wild. Let's check the... I want to check that game out. Looks kind of funny. Quarantine Zone of The Last Check. See if anyone's streaming it. Who do we watch? Who do we watch? I don't know any of these people. There's so many people streaming this. I guess we'll just go into the first one. Or who looks like they're doing the most interesting thing? I don't know. I don't know. They all don't look like they're doing anything. I'm gonna go to this guy. He has 2 people watching. A whopping 2 people. Oh, it's a girl.
I see anything besides scratches on you. Those are pretty light scratches too. And you don't have anything bad. You have yellow eyes, scratches, and that's about it, right? No bag.
She's a zombie. Capper. Get her ass.
I just can't tell. Like, is that supposed to be bad? It's not like blue or anything.
Kill her.
But it is a different color. Tools. Let them in.
Next.
Brother, you're going to quarantine. Robert Baker, no background, from Hoboken. See ya. How do I send you?
Kill him.
Laboratory's under construction, so I can't use lab yet. To quarantine you go. You can meet
I'm fine.
the nice dude in there. He's pretty chill, I think.
Next survivor.
So you're just literally checking people for if they're a zombie or not?
Hands won't stop shaking.
Bro, his eyes are, bro, he's been smoking some gas. Look at that dude's eyes, bro. He been smoking some straight gas, bro. Fucking eyes are redder than the devil's cock.
Get those eyes.
Holy shit, bro. I didn't know they had gas like that. He must have been smoking that quarantine kush or some shit. That's crazy.
Blood red eyes. All right, brother. Jason has a habit of calling people at the most inconvenient moments. Not anymore. He won't. I got some friends over there. They'll take care of you.
That's it. Not that hard, right? Also, can you try to avoid excessive executions, please? We'd like to keep our jobs.
Excessive.
Enough. Kill them all.
He said he was infected. I got $400 for executing him. What do you mean keeping a job? I got good job security, I think.
Identification.
This game looks kind of funny.
Talk about?
It's called
The day is
Quarantine
over, so I can
Zone.
open the door, see you guys for a bit. How come I can't open it? Let him out. Sorry, guys. I gotta go to bed.
Huh.
You'll be in there. You'll be fine in the morning, I'm sure. By tomorrow, maybe that conjunctivitis will be all cleared out, and we can have a good day.
This guy is.
There will be no
This guy is
evacuation.
killing it, bro. He's killing
4
it.
days before evacuation requires 5 non-infected. I have 1. So we need to get like a non-infected daily. All right. I'm gonna try and finish your first day. First time, huh?
I think all you do
I
is
got
just
an
check people to see if they're a
I
zombie
got
or not.
$1,000 from the government, 400 from verified survivors, 800 from infected eliminated. I'm rich. Basic cost for maintaining quarantine, $500.
Wake up, soldier.
Why does that come out of my paycheck?
Quarantine and check the survivor before he drops.
I'm spending $500 a day. That seems a bit excessive. All right, we're getting fleeced, y'all. I should not be.
This season, you've got places to go.
Frickin' ads. There's a lot of people streaming this game, man. Dude, there's so many people that stream games anymore. It's kind of why I stick to the GameStop, because anytime a game comes out, everybody stream. I think that one game we were playing, that typing one. That's like the first time I've seen a game come out where not that many people were streaming it. But it's probably because a lot of people aren't that good at typing. But yeah, man, there's just so many people streaming these days. It's crazy. Like, I wonder what it looks like on Twitch. Like, how many people are on Twitch streaming it? Quarantine zone. Yeah, there's so many people on Twitch streaming it. There's even more people on Twitch. Holy. And everyone's view botting too. There's so many. Bro. Crazy. If everyone's not view botting, that's just a crazy amount of streamers. Wild. How do you, like, how are you even supposed to become a streamer these days? There's so many. Like, what drives you guys to come here and watch me? There's so many streams out there. I wouldn't be watching me. I'm just kidding. I feel like I do okay at this. I feel like I do okay at this. Meta refocuses on AI hardware as metaverse layoffs begin. I came here for the GME news. That's fair. Too bad there's never GME news. Too bad. EA delays Battlefield 6 Season 2 to February 17th. Whoa. Tesla launches a 7-seat version of the 2026 Model Y. It's even worse. I'm watching you watch them. Shout out to that guy. Specific Notion. I've never seen you in here before. I've never seen you in here before, bro. I hope you're doing good. You make music, huh? I would love to listen to some of your music, but YouTube would probably clap me. YouTube hates when I listen to music. Let's peep one. Let's see what this guy got.
JL, little nickel.
How come that? How come the second I fast forward, it's just the N word? That's crazy.
You don't want to get done up. No.
Alright, I don't want to get clapped. Sounds interesting. Well, let's get to a verse or something.
Nigga, you don't want to get done up.
How come it's the N-word again? Is that all this song is? Is just the N-word? Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
Got a problem, we gon' run up, stun up. Nigga, we be solving fucking problems. You don't solve them, we just solve them. Problem with solution. Come up in the sun, nigga, rap with pollution. Institution.
Man, he's spitting, bro. He's spitting. Spitting, son. Spitting. I would love to listen to more, but I just don't trust YouTube. I just don't trust YouTube, bro. That was pretty funny, though. When do we vote on Ryan Cohen pay package? March or April? I lurk and normally have you on TV in the background. I had to pick up my phone to drop a comment. Oh, hell yeah, bro. Shout out to the lurkers, bro. Shout out to the lurkers. See, I don't know a lot of the lurkers, but God bless you, bro. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. I appreciate you leaving a comment, too. I love to know my lurkers, bro. I mean, how long have you been watching? How long have you been watching the stream? What happened to Tesla stock after he got his pay package approved way back then? Just curious what could happen. I'm not sure. I don't know when he got his pay package. I guess this is I guess this could be one thing AI could potentially be useful for was that is what date did Elon Musk first pay package release for Tesla? Something like that. Let's see if AI is useful at all. Let's see if AI is useful at all. March 21st, 2018. Okay. March 21st, 2018. So we'll go to filings and we'll go to... Oh, so it's going to be like at the end here. Shout out the lurkers. Lurkers are the real ones. Amen. Today about a half hour. Normally catch you around 2 to 3 Eastern time. Oh yeah. I mean, that's when I usually hop on stream these days. That's been about when I hop on. But I was meaning like how long have you not like today. How long have you been watching the stream in general? Like when was the first time you came across the stream? That was what I was asking. Let's see. Stockholder vote ratified so-called CEO performance awards tied to compensation. January 21st, 2018. So March 21st, 2018. So is that... Maybe it's in the annual report? Oh, wait, March. Oh, it's this. I believe it's this. So March... I mean, what was the stock at back? The stock was cheap back then. The stock was fucking cheap. 2018? I remember, like, 2018's around when I first got into the stock market, and Tesla was cheap. And then it just randomly started running, and it never looked back. So what price was Tesla back then? Let's get an actual chart. Not a Yahoo chart. Let's see, 2018. Yeah, the stock was so cheap back in 2018. So cheap. So March 2018, where are we at? April. All right, so it's somewhere around here. Obviously, Tesla's had a bunch of stock splits and things like that, so this probably isn't the exact price, but you were trading around 20 bucks. Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny? So around this time, you were trading around 20 bucks. The package got released. The stock sold off to 16, bounced back, and you were flat for a long time. Flat all the way through 2018. 2019, you dropped to $12. And then after that, it just ran and ran. So it took about 2 years after the pay package before you finally seen upside on the stock. You know, whether that's how GameStop's going to play out, that's extremely debatable. It would kind of suck to see, GameStop be stagnant for 2 years and then drop to $12 and then have the run. Like, that would kind of suck. But, yeah, so there was that. And what was his pay package for? So pretty interesting though that the stock was trading around 20 bucks. Obviously it was probably more like in the hundreds because they've done multiple stock splits on this stock. I think this stock's actually worth like $4,000 or $5,000 if you're not counting the splits. Can you adjust data for dividends? I don't know. You can't adjust this for splits. So pretty interesting as far as the stock price. but let's see what was the pay package like. I want to check another thing too. What was their financials like back then? Let's check the 10K before that even happened. So this is their 10K that came out literally a month before the pay package. And that's going to be similar to GameStop. We're going to get our 10K. I don't know exactly when. I don't know exactly when the 10K comes out, but we should get the 10K before we vote on the pay package. What did that ChatGPT thing say? Yeah, so they voted in March. Dude, it's pretty fucking similar to GameStop. January 21st, 2018, Tesla Board of Directors approved CEO Performance Award. March 21st, Tesla shareholders voted to approve the compensation package. So it's kind of similar to GameStop in that regard. But let's see what their 10K looked like back then. Where's their financials in this bitch? Holy shit. Where are the financials in this bitch? Wow. Pretty interesting. Where's a better thing? The 10K is kind of weird. Can I go to, can I do this? Interactive data? Yeah, let's do that. That looks better. That looks better than going through the whole 10K. What's up, P? What's up, P? Hope you're doing good, bro. Mid-end March, I guess, around the 23rd, says my broker. For the earnings, yeah, that's probably about right. Because last earnings was... I already forgot, honestly. I already forgot when our last earnings was. Oh, well, you got a 144 yesterday. When was the last earnings? Yeah, 1209, so yeah, that's probably about right. Probably about right. Probably more early April for the earnings. Oh, you got just a stock sale by... Oh, it's a stock option award, it looks like. It's for selling shares, though. I don't know. Maybe they're adding shares to the market? Not really sure. I don't really know how to read that properly. But anyway, back to this. So, back before Tesla released the compensation package, Tesla was sitting at 28 billion in assets and 23 billion in liabilities. They had over 9 billion in long-term debt. So in a lot of ways, Tesla was in a worse position financially than GameStop is. In a lot of ways, Tesla wasn't in that great of a position financially. You know, I don't know too much about the stock. I'm just kind of glancing at the balance sheet here. Oh, here, I'll blow it up for you guys so you can see. There we go. I bet that looks a lot better. So you guys can actually see what the fuck I'm looking at here. I've never thought about doing that for the... I should have been doing this a long time ago for these balance sheet readings. That looks really good, actually. So yeah, they were sitting on 3 billion cash. 28 billion in assets total. 10 billion in... It's mostly 10 billion in property. So a third of it's in property. But yeah, long-term debt, 9.4 billion. So yeah, in a lot of ways, Tesla was in a worse position. Similar stockholder equity. Tesla's stockholder equity back then was 4.2 billion. GameStop sitting at 5.3 billion. But overall, I would say Tesla was in a worse position financially, but let's see what their cash flow looked like. Yeah, Tesla wasn't even making money. Tesla wasn't even making money when they released that. They lost $2.2 billion the year before they released the compensation package. Very interesting. You know, they could have put it into something, though. Yeah, they purchased a lot of property. So that, you know, that's probably a big portion of it. They purchased a lot of property. So potentially they were actually profitable, but all their profits went into purchasing property, and they ended up losing money because of that. Potentially, you know, it's pretty hard to read these balance sheets sometimes and make like a story if you don't already know the story. But purchase of solar, you know, they had a pretty big purchase of solar energy. So they were growing for sure. You know, they weren't, it's not like they just lost $2.2 billion. Like, it's going into property, or, you know, it's going into property, it's going into energy, repayment of convertible notes. So, you know, GameStop or Tesla was actually like doing stuff. So potentially they were profitable. It's just they were focused on growth and paying down debt potentially. $4.4 billion in financing activities. So we could look at a statement of operations. This will say a little more. What's up, William? How you doing? Today is Gme's earnings release? No, we're looking at Tesla's balance sheet back in 2018 before they released the pay package. So, yeah, see, Tesla, the business overall made $2.2 billion, but they were just investing, it looks like. Well, no, loss from operations, 1.6 billion, but they had double the SG&A. So, I think Tesla was just investing into the business at this point, because it kind of seems like they were profitable, but they were just investing so much. So that's interesting. Now I want to see what their next 10K looked like. What the hell happened here? Let's see, where's the next 10K? So that's the one we looked at. Right here. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, so their next 10K, they lost 1 billion. So quite a bit less. Quite a bit less of a loss. Pretty interesting though that Tesla wasn't even making money at this point, but I don't think their pay package was an EBITDA target or anything like that. I don't know, we'll check here in a second. I just want to look like how the business evolved over time. Yeah, they put a bunch of money into inventory here, over $1 billion in inventory. Made over $2 billion from operating activities. Put another $2.1 billion into property. So they're still putting money into growth at this point. We're paying off debts, convertible notes. $4 billion in gross profit from the business. Yeah, look at that loss from operations. Went from 1.6 billion to only 388 million. That's pretty massive. And then the EPS, it went from negative 1183 to negative 5.72. Like, that's massive. But the year prior to that was 4.68. But 17 billion in revenues, though. What'd their balance sheet look like? So they gained assets. So they increased stockholder equity 600 million, basically. So that's pretty interesting. So what is his compensation package for? Trying to justify your position? No. Why would I justify my position? I'm just researching, bro. I literally live stream and do the same thing every single day. I know you're new to the stream, but this is just a normal stream. We just research stuff. If you think I'm trying to justify my GameStop position, you don't know me very well. I could lose 6 figures and still not give a fuck. I know you're new here, but you're reading me wrong. I could literally the stock could literally lose 50% of value from here, and I still wouldn't care. I'm not that guy. I'm just doing what we do on this stream. Someone in the chat suggests something and we research it. That's just the stream. Oh, this was the vote. I need to find. It said January something. Ah, you're good, bro. You're good, bro. I'm just chilling. I'm just researching, just looking, you know, because the pay package is similar to Elon's. So it's worth researching. It's worth researching. Whether we find anything relevant or not, that's up for debate, but I would say it's still worth potentially researching. Not caring's the sign of a seasoned trader. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I just believe in my bet, Whether it works or not, we'll see. But yeah, I'm not trying to justify my position in any way. I'm just curious to how similar Elon's pay package back then was. I need that ChatGPT again. Can I just bring it back somehow? Oh. I was hoping it would still have the last thing I did. I don't even remember what I typed. When was Elon Musk's first CEO pay package for Tesla? I think it was like January 20th or something. I just don't remember. It gave me a different answer this time. Fuck. Whatever. When did the board approve it? Not the shareholder vote. January 21st. And we're scrolling. All right, let's see. January 21st, 2018? Yeah. God damn it. How come every time I click away from the page, it does that? That's so annoying. That is so annoying. January. There is no January 21st. I don't even see a January 21st. So it's got to be this. It's got to be one of these. Yep, right here. Found it. Found it. Nice. Didn't they just offer him a new one? Yeah, it's up to like 8 trillion or something. It's a lot. Multiple trillions. I forget exactly what it is, but it's massive. Elon could have solved world hunger with his money. Instead, he says AI renders money useless. Maybe. I don't know. Speculation, I guess. A lot of billionaires could do a lot with their money, but is what it is. Let's see. January 23rd, Tesla issued press release announcing the grant on 100% CEO Performance Award. Tesla plans to file with the SEC. The proxy statement to be voted on. Ah, here we go. I think it's this. So it says Tesla announced a new 10-year CEO. So it's literally same shit, 10-year. I don't know what the market cap would have been at this point. That's tough to say. But either way. Let's see. Vesting contingent achieving market cap and operational milestones that would make Tesla one of the most valuable companies in the world. In order to fully vest, Tesla's market cap would have to grow to 650 billion, an increase of almost 600 billion. So they were sitting at a 50 billion market cap at this point. So pretty similar to GameStop, you know, a little over a 10x. And important revenue and profitability goals would also have to be achieved. The award is modeled after Elon's 2012 Performance Award. Wait, he had another one? Which helped bring about a more than 17-fold increase in Tesla's market cap in 5 years after it was put in place. There's one in 2012 as well. But this one's probably more relevant and more similar. Maybe after this I'll try to find the 2012 one, if I can find it. Elon will receive no guaranteed compensation of any kind, no salary, no cash bonuses, no equity that vests simply by the passage of time. Instead, Elon's only compensation will be a 100% at-risk performance award, which ensures that he will be compensated only if Tesla and all of its shareholders do extraordinarily well. Because all Tesla employees are provided equity, this also means that Elon's compensation is tied to the success of everyone at Tesla. The performance award consists of a 10-year grant of stock options that vests in 12 tranches. Each of the 12 tranches vest only if a pair of milestones are met. Market cap milestones. To meet the first market cap milestone, Tesla's current market cap must increase 100 billion. That's pretty interesting. So it's the 2012 one might be more similar. For each of the remaining 11 milestones, Tesla's market cap must continue to increase an additional 50 billion in increments, thus for Elon to fully vest in the award. Tesla's market cap must increase to 650 billion. Operational milestones. To meet the operational milestones, Tesla must meet a set of escalating revenue and adjusted EBITDA targets. These milestones are even more directly aligned with shareholder value creation than those used in Elon's 2012 Performance Award. They are designed to ensure that as Tesla's market cap grows, the company is also executing well on both top line and bottom line. Pretty interesting. For each of the 12 tranches that is achieved, Elon will vest in stock options that correspond to 1% of Tesla's current total outstanding shares. If none of the 12 tranches is achieved, Elon will receive no compensation. For vesting to occur when a milestone are met, Elon must remain as Tesla's CEO or serve as both executive chairman and chief product officer. in each case with all leadership ultimately reporting to him. This ensures that Elon will continue to lead Tesla's management over the long term, while also providing flexibility to bring in another CEO who would report to Elon at some point in the future. Although there is no current intention for this to happen, it provides the flexibility as Tesla continues to grow to potentially allow Elon to focus more of his attention on the kinds of key product and strategic matters that most impact Tesla's long-term growth and profitability. Patterned after 2012 Performance Award. The new Performance Award is similar to the structure of Elon's last compensation award, which was put in place in 2012. Under that plan, Elon was awarded stock options that vested only if the company's market cap continued to increase in 4 billion increments, and if it achieved matching operational milestones, including vehicle production targets and development milestones relating to the Model X and Model 3 programs. Okay, so the 2012 one isn't... I mean, maybe we'll go and find it, but I don't think that's really relevant because there's no, like, EBITDA targets or anything. I think the EBITDA target makes it pretty interesting. While these milestones were viewed at the time as very difficult to achieve, all of the market cap milestones and 9 of the 10 operational milestones have been achieved. The 2012 plan formed the biggest part of the executive compensation program that Tesla shareholders overwhelmingly supported in the company's 2014 and 2017 Say on Pay votes. That plan was instrumental in helping Tesla complete the roadmap laid out in the original master plan, and in ensuring that Elon only received compensation based on the enormous success of the company, its employees, and all of its shareholders. As with the 2012 plan and Tesla's original master plan, the new Performance Award had been designed so that Tesla and Elon remain tightly aligned with shareholder interests as they now execute on Master Plan Part 2, continuing to build what is the world's first vertically integrated sustainable energy company from generation to storage to consumption. Under Elon's leadership, the next phase of Tesla's development involves a number of exciting plans that will further accelerate the advent of sustainable energy. These include expanding solar energy generation through Solar Roof and other solar products, and seamlessly integrating them with battery storage, building out the company's building out the company's vehicle product line to cover all major forms of terrestrial transport, continuing to advance autonomous technology to create a fully self-driving future, and enabling sharing so that your car can make money for you when you aren't using it. Upcoming shareholder vote. New Performance Award was created Tesla's board of directors after more than 6 months of careful discussion and analysis in consultation with Compensia Inc., third-party compensation consultant. Although the board granted this award to Elon on January 21st, its effectiveness is subject to approval of Tesla shareholders. We'll be asked to approve it at a special shareholder meeting that will be held in late March. Elon and Kimball will recuse themselves from that vote so that Tesla shareholders have opportunity to determine the outcome. Dude, it's so similar to GameStop's. It's so similar. Anyone who's a shareholder, blah, blah, blah. Anyone who's a shareholder of record or beneficial shareholder of Tesla shares as of the record date, currently projected to be February 7th, 2018, will be entitled to vote their shares at the special meeting, and the award will only become effective if it's a majority votes cast are in favor. Tesla's posted on the website preliminary proxy statement providing complete details, blah, 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 blah. So that's pretty interesting. We don't have like a shareholder date where you have to be a shareholder at X date to to vote, I guess. In a word, Tesla's extraterrestrial. Isn't that a Katy Perry song? Extraterrestrial. I can't think of how the lyrics go, but I'm pretty sure that's a Katy Perry song. Ugh. Let's see. Proxy statement describe will contain proposed CEO performance related thing, blah, blah, blah. Shareholders will obtain free copies of these documents. So I guess this is his, we can't blow it up. Can we blow it up? There we go. I'm kind of in the way. I'm kind of in the way, but you can see it. So 100% pay for performance with 10-year term, no salary, bonus, or time-based equity. Fully vesting requires about 600 billion market cap increase and very significant increase in revenue and adjusted EBITDA. So it doesn't say exactly how much EBITDA. Does it? I'm sure there's another thing. Oh, right here. I'm an idiot. In case you didn't know, I'm not very smart. So they were sitting at 59 billion market cap. The first one was 100 billion with 1.5 billion EBITDA and 20 billion revenue, it looks like. And then the next is 150 market cap with 3 billion EBITDA and 35 billion revenue, and so on. Yeah, it's pretty similar to GameStop. Pretty similar. But it's interesting looking at the chart, because the chart didn't move for, 2 years, and then you had the greatest bull run potentially out of any stock I've ever seen. I don't think I want to go find the 2012 one, but that was kind of interesting. Market's about to close anyway, so probably get out of here soon, unless you guys got another thing to talk about. But I wanted to read this before we got distracted. Tesla launches a 7-seat version of the 2026 Model Y. Tesla's 2026 Model Y is available now on the company website, and it comes with a new and old option, a 7-seat version via a third row. The extra seating costs $2,500 and is only available if you order the premium all-wheel drive long-range model. Tesla first teased the option last year via an email to prospective buyers with promises of seating up for 7 and enough room for everyone's gear. The new seats appear to be designed mainly for children, as they don't offer much legroom, according to images on Tesla's configurator. Tesla notes that the 7-seat interior features fold flat second row and third row seats, though it's not clear if those seats fold down electrically like the second row. Tesla's facing increased competition, especially in the crossover SUV category. Saw another sales decline last quarter. Company previously sold a 7-seat version of the Model Y in the US for a short time before it was refreshed early last year. Since then, though, it has only been available with 5 seats. Tesla launched a 6-seat Model YL version in China in August 25, the 6-inch wheelbase extension that the US model lacks. Elon Musk said the model would come to the US market in late 26 or maybe never. Otherwise, changes to the Model Y lineup are minor and confined to the premium version. Those include 20-inch dark helix wheels, black headliner, bigger high-resolution screen, and darker rear badging. Okay, so they've already had this released before. I thought it was like brand new. Why isn't it going? The website's lagging. Oh, there's the close. Ding, 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 ding. How come I was first? You guys are slacking. You guys are slacking. How am I gonna ring the bell first? I need like it'd be sick to get like a real bell, like a wrestling bell. I wonder if you can get one. WWE ring bell. You know how sick that would be? Ding, ding. Okay. You know how badass that would be? For sale. Ding ding! Just have a fucking a ring bell. Oh, that'd be so sick. That would be so sick. You have a boxing one. I can get a boxing one. 200 bucks. Good lord. Good lord. They're all toys. I literally used to have this toy back in the day. Back in the day, I literally had this exact same bell. I can get a boxing one, but not a WWE one, sadly. WWE one would be cool. I wonder if I put authentic. Probably be so expensive anyway. 80 bucks at Walmart? I could get one. I mean, it's not authentic, but damn, I should get a bell, dude. That'd be sick. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. I'm getting a bell one day. Ding ding! I guess I could just get a soundboard, right? I could probably just use a soundboard. There's probably a sound. Bell ring. Yep, here we go.
1, 2, 3.
Something like that.
AAA Auto.
An ad. That's what we needed. They're like all the same. They're all the same. Yeah, they're all the same. Whatever. The bell rang. The market's closed. All right. Is there any earnings or anything after hours? Let's see. Phoenix Education. I don't know what that is. I'll look it up. PXED. Phoenix Education Partners. That is a brand new IPO. So, makes sense why I haven't heard of it. Park Aerospace. PKE. Hello? It's up 2% after hours, so... Oh, it's sold off all day, though. What the hell is this? We should have streamed this. This thing is crushing this year. I should have streamed about this. I mean, I guess it's not crushing, but it's doubled. 406. I actually want to research this real quick. Looks kind of interesting. It's a little small. A little small of a company. But it's doubled. And it had a pretty solid floor at 13 for the past. Wow. This thing's been trading. Had solid support at 15 for the past 30 years, basically. This is kind of an impressive little stock. Impressive little business. What is this? They actually make money too. Only what is that? Is that 4 billion? No, 1,000. Yeah, it's only 4 million, so they're not making like tons of money or anything like that. Where's the balance? Where's the balance sheet? This? There we go. 116 million in assets. They don't have much debt. It's just a little overvalued. If it ever goes back to 15 bucks though, which historically, I mean, it's been trading under 15 bucks for, well, it's gone under 15 bucks multiple times throughout 30 years. So, I mean, it was sitting there for 1, 2, 3, 4 years before you finally started to move here. So I don't know if you'll ever see 13 bucks again. but maybe. It's kind of interesting. Kind of interesting. What does their last 10K look like, though? How much money are they, like, actually pulling in every year? They pulled 5 million. Oh, so they're losing. In 23, they made 10 million. 24, they made 7. 25, they only made 6. That's weird that the stock's moving now. It was flat for all those other years. They are making more than they are now. Kind of an interesting little guy there. I didn't notice how small these companies are, but I'll check them out real quick. Concrete pumping. This was at $10 when it first IPO'd. It's a B. The ticker is BBCP. Whoo. A BBCP. Yeah, kind of similar to the other thing. But this is potentially undervalued. Well, they got a lot of debt. A lot of debt. The other one didn't really have any debt. But potentially this one's somewhat undervalued. But it looks like they're potentially going to start not making money. So I don't know how undervalued it actually is. If they start not making money, that's not good. But the stock's up on earnings. Those companies are so small, though. I've looked at Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory before. I believe this is a business near me. I think this is a Utah local business, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe it's just a West Coast. I know there's one of these near me, though. Maybe. I think. Oh, yeah, there's a bunch of them in Utah, actually. Okay. So I'm not crazy. I have seen that before. This thing's down. There's only 19 million market cap? What the hell? That's a baby shit company. This definitely isn't something I'd probably invest in, because it's probably trash, but you never know. They inability to timely file. That's never a good sign, especially for a baby company like this. Yeah. Yep. Not good. Not good. Not good. Yeah, I don't think that's good. So small too, though. Like, you can't even really expect a company like this to be a good investment. It's just too small. It's just so unlikely that it grows. And I've looked at that company before, so they haven't done shit since I looked at it. But I think it's about time to get out of here. I don't think there's anything else to talk about. There's not much going on. We had a lot of news yesterday. But unless you guys got something to talk about, I am out of here. Well, I'll check Reddit before I leave, see if we got anything interesting for GameStop. Probably not. Yeah, it doesn't look like anything. So I guess it's time to hit the dusty old trail. A little shorter of a stream today. But I'll see you guys tomorrow. I hope you have a good rest of your day / night. Whatever time zone you're in. I appreciate you guys supporting the stream, all the OGs. Thank you guys for always being here. Shout out to the lurkers. I didn't know we had real lurkers in the stream, so shout out to the lurkers. Appreciate you. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day. God bless ya. Peace.